go ahead and put where you are joining us from in the chat. I'm going to make sure that everyone can hear me. So I know I can't see you guys. Laura, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, yay. All right, so Sadie is here. She says, awesome. Okay, so Sadie, so I know we're good to go. And everybody else, if you can, just put in the chat, let me know where you're joining us from. I know Sadie is in Hawaii, super, super exciting. Melissa, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, wonderful. Now, I do want to make sure everyone knows, like, if you are watching and joining us from Facebook, I'm going to go ahead and put a link here just in case so that I can see your name. So if you're joining me from Facebook, I actually cannot see your name. So you have to use this link so that I can actually see your name in the comments and in the chat. So just if you could click on that and then add your name and then we'll be good to go. Okay, so I've got to like move this chair because this is going to annoy me all night. So like, I apologize. 1 second. So that's like the other anchor's chair, and I don't like the chair with the back, so I always use the one without the back, and that was like in my shot and was going to annoy me, so I apologize. Okay, yay, Jasmine, hello. Okay, thumbs up, you can hear me. That is awesome. We have Madison from Oklahoma City, Sweet Cyrene from Georgia, the state, awesome. Jasmine is from Detroit. So excited to see everyone here. Dance Q from Delaware. I'm sorry if I won't be able to get through everybody that is joining us, but I'll try to read off as many as I can. Dorissa is from Central Jersey. Awesome. So hi, everyone. My name is Janine Samuels. I am the CEO and president of Sideline Prep, and we literally have an entire week of amazingness for you guys. And I am going to like pretty much jump in because I really want to make sure that we cover as much content as we can within the hour that I have with you. And we have a very special guest that we're going to bring on as well. And I want to make sure, you know, that I have time to talk to her and get her viewpoint on her pro cheer journey so that she can share all of that with you. So I'm going to like dive in. So first of all, I want to make sure that you have your workbook. So this is what your workbook looks like. You should have it in your email. You can go ahead and download it because hopefully you will be taking tons and tons of notes. This is a new challenge. So if you have joined us before with our Pro Cheer Challenge, Operation Pro Cheer Challenge in the past, this is brand spanking new. This is our Total Technique Challenge. It is literally your 5 days for you to transform into your Pro Cheer, the next version of yourself. So it's your 5 days to your Pro Cheer transformation. And we have a bonus day scheduled for you, and we have a VIP bonus day scheduled for you as well. Now, for the VIP bonus day, you have to attend on Thursday in order to get all of the details and all of the information on how to join us for that VIP bonus day, okay? Also on Thursday of our challenge, we are announcing the winner of our scholarship. So you have to be on live, you have to be present on Thursday in order to win the scholarship. And we are going to have many opportunities for you all to jump in and join, do different things throughout the week to qualify for that scholarship. So I'll be sure to kind of explain all of that so that you kind of know what's going on with that as well. So super excited. Hello, Brandy from Inglewood, California. I know you probably have amazing weather. Hello, Miss Kies from Miami. Kies is always all over the place. We never really know where she's going to be on any given day. So make sure that you have your Total Technique workbook. If you don't have that, is in a sense where you can print it out or anything like that, have a pad, paper, all of that, something where you can take your notes, because I really want to make sure that you all are able to jot down everything. So I'm going to go kind of fast through the workbook to make sure that you were able to cover everything. The next thing that I want you to do in the chat is I want you to write an I am statement. Okay, so every single day I'm going to have something mindset related, but our bonus day is going to be all mindset related. But I really want you all to step into your next version of yourself right now. Okay, this is your time. This is for you. This is for you to take your Pro Cheer prep to the next level. This is for you to transform into a better version of yourself. This is for you to empower yourself to move forward in your strength and in accomplishing your dreams. So eliminate distractions. Forget the cell phone. Be present with us for this next hour so that you can learn and absorb as much as you can, so then you can start taking action immediately on what it is that you learn tonight. Okay. So I want you in the chat to write down or type in an I am statement. I am powerful. I am empowered. I am an action taker. Like whatever it is, whatever you are claiming for 2022, I want you to write it in the chat right now. Okay. So go ahead and make sure that you put that in the chat because I want you to step into that version of yourself right now. I want you to claim it. I want you to be about it. I want you to live it. I want you to experience it. And I want you to literally decide today that you are going to take the necessary steps to become the person that you've always wanted to be. This is literally the first step. Okay. This is the first step. And we are here to support you and to encourage you and to be there for you through this entire process, right? And so, yes, this is about Pro Cheer, but with our program and what we do in our program, it's so much more than that. It's about you stepping into the next level version of yourself. Okay. Yes, I'm loving this. Okay. I am strong. I am unique. I am a doer. I am confident. I am a pro dancer. I love this. I want you all to feel it, believe it, so that you can then live it. Okay. So those I am statements, hold on to it because they are who you are right now. You can be anything that you want to be right now if you put your mind to it. Okay. And so allow this time for yourself. Allow yourself to be present with everything that we're going over tonight so that you can take your Pro Cheer prep to the next level. And ultimately, I am telling you, you will be a different version of yourself by the end of this challenge. Okay. I am the total package. Yes, Ashley. I am an inspiration. I agree, Sadie. I am committed to myself. Yes, Aaron. I am the total package. Yes. I am competing with myself and only myself, right? You are only competing with the person that you were yesterday. I am capable. Yes, Brandy. I am capable. Malika. Yes. Hello. I am confident. Yes, Mammy. Hello. Are you in Tokyo or are you here in the US? So mommy is here. I am capable. Awesome. You guys love this. Okay. So everything that you said, I am, that's who you are right now. That is who you are right now. Believe it, feel it, and know it. Okay. So with your workbook, really quick, I just want to make sure we kind of go over the first couple of pages. This is just, me saying hello to you guys on this first page. And then this is really just, making sure that you all know to attend live, which you all have done. So great job printing out the workbook and just making sure that you are present for every single day if possible. We also have a score sheet at the end of the workbook. So at the end of each of our days, we're going to ask you to score yourself. Because at the end of the challenge, you're going to have a score and it's going to tell you about where you are as far as being top notch with your technique in all areas of your Pro Cheer experience. Okay. And that's the whole idea of this total technique challenge. We literally want to make sure that you take this time for the transformation, but that you are literally top notch in your technique for every single area of the audition process. And this is basically everything that we're going to go over. I'm not going to read this in detail, but today is all about, dancing and how you can literally come in with no dance experience and still have a lot of success in the Pro Cheer industry. Day 2 is about your presentation, being in person, on paper, in photos. Day 3 is all about your body and having the stamina and being physically fit. Day 4 is about freestyle choreography formulas, everything. Like day 4, y'all, is a powerhouse day. Day 4, we're also going to take a lot of the technique things that we talk about tonight, and we're going to break them down and show you actual drills and conditioning exercises and all of that on day 4, in addition to going over freestyle choreography and all of that. And then day 5 is all about getting Pro Cheer ready with your look, your hair, your makeup, your audition attire, all of that. And then bonus day 1, my favorite, is mindset. All about mindset. And then we have that VIP bonus day as well. So just be mindful. You have to be, if you attend on Thursday, I will make sure that you all know exactly how to get involved and to be a part of that bonus day on Thursday. So if you all are kind of wondering where I am, I am actually this is my new job. So I am a primetime anchor now for an ABC affiliate station. And so I am actually in the studio, big lights, bright lights and everything. I anchor the 5, the 6, and the 11. So I have a break, obviously, after the 6 p.m. Until the 11th. So I'm here with you guys. So this is like the big screen that shows, the pictures and the videos and everything that we show during the newscast. So sorry, it looks kind of wonky. Let me see if I can kind of cut it out of the shot a little bit. Okay. All right, awesome. So let me go ahead and dive into like what we're going to do today. Like I said, please make sure you have your pen, your paper, all of that. Really quick though, I want to do a couple of shout outs. My team has been absolutely amazing in helping to make this possible. Sadie is like the backbone of like all things Sideline Preps. She literally created the workbook. She really helped to get everything set up as far as, this Be Live event and making sure that you all have everything that you need. She is in the chat. So please give her some love right now. Say hi to Sadie. What's up? If you all have questions and I don't get to them, put them in the chat and she will try to answer as many questions as you have while we're on live. Okay. So just give her some love in the chat really quick. She works really hard for you guys. So say hello to her. And then also Brittany, who has been our social media manager. Absolutely amazing. Janet as well. She is one of our Pro Cheer Playbook graduates. She is working on our social media team. She's also a graduate of EILITE going into ELITE year number 2. And then we just hired another team member, Jim, who has been instrumental in helping to make this possible. So just wanted to give a quick shout out to the team because they are kick butt. Right? Like kick ass for sure. So one thing that I want you all to know really quick is that like I mentioned, at the end of each day, you're going to have the opportunity to go into the Facebook group and actually do your homework, right? Your play of the day, your success homework, right? You're going to have that opportunity to do that at the end of the day. If you aren't able to show up live, you can still go into that Facebook group. And as long as you fill in your score and let us know how you're doing with your score sheet, you will get credit for our big scholarship that we're going to announce on Thursday. Every time that you show up live, your name goes in the pot for that scholarship as well. So every single day you have the opportunity to basically win 2 prizes or get your name in the bucket twice so that you can actually qualify for that scholarship. Okay, so I just wanted to make sure everyone knows that. You don't have to be live to qualify for the scholarship. If you do your homework, you'll qualify for the scholarship. But if you are live, Sadie is documenting every single person right now so that your name goes into the pot for that scholarship. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and grab your workbook because we're going to go ahead and get started. So this is the worksheet that we're going to be going over. This is day 1, our dance beginner to pro. And keep in mind, if you do have questions, like I said, I'll try to answer them. Once we get Laura on here and you have questions for her, we'll definitely try to get through those. But the bonus day, that VIP bonus day, is basically going to be an opportunity for you to ask me any one-on-one personalized questions that you have. So it's super important that you all try to attend that VIP bonus day. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and jump right in. This is day 1, beginner, like basically around dance, how to go from beginner to pro. And so I love acronyms because it really helps you to remember the content. So D, I want to make sure that you all understand to go from beginner to pro, you're going to fill in the blanks here. So let's go. D is for don't overthink it. Okay. So when you are dancing, and this is our dance philosophy, when you are in front of the judges, when you are at an audition, when you are at a prep class, don't overthink it. You all know, and put it in the chat if you can relate to this, you have the routine down perfectly. You're feeling great about the routine. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting ready to go in front of the judges. Oh my gosh, what if I mess up? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, what's the first move of the first count? I don't even remember. Like, has this happened? Has this ever happened to you where you allow your brain to get the best of you and you start overthinking everything? And then before you know it, you've forgotten an 8 count or you mess up or, you become more nervous than you really need to be because you're overthinking it. So our philosophy is to just relax into all of it. Don't overthink it, just have fun. And if you are having fun, right? If you're having fun in the process and you're not overthinking things, then it will show through your movement. It'll show through your facial expressions. It'll show through everything that you do. When you're overthinking it, the judges see that. They see it on your face. Okay. So don't overthink it. All right. So that is for D. The D is don't overthink it. All right. Next is A. Always over prepare. Okay, y'all know that we are really, really big in preparation, preparation, preparation. Okay, so a lot of you might be like, okay, well, how do we over prepare if I'm just learning the dance that day and I have to perform it like within the next 15 to 20 minutes? Okay, well, you over prepare by going to dance classes on a regular basis before the actual audition. You over prepare by looking at videos of dances and learning off a video. You over prepare by, working with a company like ours to help you picking up choreography faster, which is one thing that we are going to go over on day 4, guys, is our formula to help you pick up choreography faster. You over prepare by dancing as much as you can, practicing your freestyle, so that when you do get in front of the judges, you already have conditioned your mind and your body to pick up choreography faster, so that you feel more confident during the actual audition process. Okay, so super, super important that you always prepare for especially the dance portion of the auditions. And keep in mind, it's not just about the routine itself, right? It's also about technique. It's about flexibility. It's about, your kicks. Those are things that you should always be working on, especially if you aren't at, top level of advanced technique. Every single day, you could be walking on your tippy toes to help with your foot strength, right? You can sit in your splits after every single workout, or you can stretch while you're sitting down watching TV, right? So there's always ways to prepare. When you're working out, instead of it just being a workout, why not let it be a kick drill? So you're also working on your actual flexibility. So there are a lot of ways to make sure that you're over preparing in all areas of dance. Okay, so that's something to really make sure that you do. All right, next up, the N. Never underestimate the importance of muscle memory. So N is never underestimate the importance of muscle memory. And so what we mean by this is a lot of times, the more that you dance and the more that you put yourself in situations where you're having to learn choreography, the easier it will be to just do the thing. Okay. So when you, for example, are working on technique, one thing that we always stress is, through our Pro Dance Academy and through the Pro Cheer Playbook program, we want you to always send us a video of the current drill that you're working on before you move to the next step, because we want to make sure that you're committing the proper placement, form, posture, all of that into your muscle memory. Because here's what will happen. If you have the correct form, placement, posture, all of that in, let's say, a double pirouette, if you're doing it correctly and it's in your muscle memory because you've done it over and over and over and over again, then when you're in a prep class situation or you're at auditions and your nerves are getting the best of you and the double's getting ready to come up, you might start to freak out in your mind, but your body will follow suit, because your body is like, oh, when she does this and preps and goes up in releve, I know exactly what to do, because your muscle memory remembers. Okay, so it's super important why you want to make sure that you're always over preparing and always working on your craft, because your body will take over when your mind falls short. Okay, when you are overthinking it, which was the first one that we said, don't overthink it. When you start to overthink it and you're letting your thoughts get the best of you, your body will take over with the muscle memory. Okay, so never underestimate the importance of your muscle memory. So repetition is key with everything, guys. It is so, so important. And I can't explain, like, it's super, super important. Let's say you make it to finals and the next day or the next week or whatever, you have to perform the routines. The more that you've done it, over and over and over and over again, if for some reason, again, your mind gets the best of you, guess what? Your body is going to remember that after you hit that T, you go down and you snake up because you've done it so many times. I can tell you guys, there have been final auditions that I have attended where literally after I did the dance, I did not remember doing the dance because I was so nervous that I like literally was like, oh my God, did I just dance that whole routine? It was muscle memory that got me through, like for sure. And I was the type of person that didn't pick up choreography fast. Guys, I was a cheerleader and a track and field runner. I did not grow up a dancer. That was not my thing. And so day one here is like near and dear to my heart because I was like, I wasn't even a beginner. Whatever is before beginner is what I was coming into the pro cheer world. I didn't have a dance background. I knew cheers, I knew motions, I could do jumps, but I didn't know anything about a pirouette. I didn't know anything about a leap. I didn't know what across the floor drills were. None of that. Okay. But what I did know is that the more that I practiced something and the more that I continued to do something over and over and over again, the better I would become at it. And it would help to put it in my muscle memory so that when it was game time, I was ready to go. Okay. All right, perfect. C, we're on to C in dance. Continuously practice your craft and get feedback. So important. Listen, you don't know what you don't know. You might think you are rocking out the dance. You might think you are hitting that double pirouette perfectly because you make it around a couple of times. But meanwhile, you don't realize that you're doing your double pirouette halfway lifted and your heel is hitting the ground at 1.5 rotation, or your butt is sticking out and you have bad form. And the reason that is so important is because if you ever want to get to a triple turn, you have to have solid form with your double. And how do I know that? Because I could not get my triple when it came time to audition for the NBA. I could not do a triple turn to save my life. And that's because I had horrible muscle memory from 8 years of doing it wrong at the NFL level and just kind of winging it and making it around somehow. And when it was time for me to do a triple, I couldn't do it. So I had to go to ballet class. I had to break my muscle memory and I had to start from scratch. Okay. So it is so important that as you are practicing and as you are dancing and as you are working on technique and as you are doing leaps and pirouettes and kicks and freestyle, that you record yourself doing those and you look at yourself with a critical eye and that you find someone who has been there and done it that can also give you feedback. Okay. It's so important that you not only practice, but as you are practicing and as you are committing things into your muscle memory, you get feedback to make sure that you're committing the right stuff into your muscle memory and that you're executing the dances properly. And so as much as I like to tell people all the time, go to live classes, go to live classes. Yes, go to live classes. The biggest disadvantage with a live class though, is that you could be executing something wrong. Okay. And the choreographer doesn't have time to give you specific feedback. So that's why, for example, in our Pro Cheer Playbook program, yes, we want you to go to live classes, but as you go to these live classes, record yourself, post them in our Facebook group, and let our coaches give you feedback. Okay. So super, super important, guys, here to continuously practice your craft and get feedback along the way. And then last but not least here, the E is you have to execute, but also perform. So what I mean by that is, yes, you need to execute the dance. So during prep classes and during the auditions, they want to see that you can properly do the moves on the counts that you're supposed to do them on. Okay. You have to be able to execute the choreography that is taught to you. Most definitely. But you don't want to be so worried about the execution and what goes on what count that you're not performing. There is a difference between just executing and dancing and performing the dance. Okay. You want to perform. You want to think about your showmanship, your smile, your eye winks, your hair flips, how you're holding your shoulders, how you're holding your chest, right? You want to think about all of this. The energy that you're bringing to the dance floor is so, so important. So it's not enough to just execute. You have to also perform, because I'm going to tell you, I have scored people higher that I was entertained by, even though they messed up, than someone that got it done, like danced it perfectly, but was boring to watch. Okay. So it is so, so important that you really think about the performance side of what you're doing and not just doing it perfectly. because they understand, judges understand that you just learned it. They understand that, you might mess up. What they don't understand is you being boring. What they don't understand is no facials. What they don't understand or accept is you just like being there and concentrating too much on the moves and not entertaining them. Because at the end of the day, they want people on their team that are going to entertain the fans, right? And get the fans excited and energized. And that's what you have to bring to the table. Okay. So really in thinking about becoming or being a beginner and really elevating your performance and who you are showing up as, to the pro level, you really want to make sure that you are following our dance philosophy and that you keep these things in the forefront of your mind. Okay. Again, let me repeat them. Don't overthink it. Always over prepare. It's not enough to just be prepared. We want you to be over prepared. All right. Never underestimate the importance of muscle memory. Never underestimate the importance of muscle memory. Continuously practice your craft. And remember, guys, your craft is dance. Okay. That's your main craft. That is your craft, your dance, your showmanship, your performance, your technique, your flexibility, your kicks. But you've got to be the full package. So your craft is also your hair, your makeup, your smile, your nails, right? Your audition attire, your interview skills, your intro speech, your application, your picture. There's so much that you have to think about. And so it is so, so important for you to do all things and for you to practice and work on all things. It's not enough, guys, to just work on one element. You really want to make sure that you work on all of them. And that's why through this challenge, we're going to make sure that you are top notch in all areas of what you need to be prepared for auditions. That's why this is called the Total Technique Challenge. Okay. And then E is execute, but also perform. Execute, but also perform. Yeah. And I love that you all are typing in these as we go, because as you type them and even as you write them on your sheet of paper, it's really going to help you to retain these. So I love that you all are engaging in that way. So awesome. And shout out here to Pong, who's from Vegas. Excellent. Okay. I was just going to check to see if there are any. Hello, Dr. Glover. So good to see you on here. Yes, yes, yes. The more we practice, the better. Love it, love it, love it. So good to see you, my love. Wow, blast from the past. Absolutely love it. Okay, guys. So now what I want to do is go over the 5 must-haves, okay? So the 5 must-haves, and what we say, like when we say these must-haves, these are the recommended areas that or technical skills that we really want you to work on. And so as you're going through that dance philosophy and you're trying to figure out, okay, well, what should you be focusing on? What are the skills that you need to make sure that you have from a technical standpoint? These are the main ones that we really feel that you should focus on, okay? So here they are. So if you need to take a screenshot, whatever you want to do here, jot them down. But first of all, chaîné turns are super important. Anytime that they're going to do across the floor technique, or even just in a dance, you're going to find chaîné turns. You really want to make sure that you're working on those. And in doing your chaîné turns, you're going to be working on spotting. So the underlying skill of all 5 of these really spotting. Okay. So even if you want to start there, start with spotting drills to make sure that you are comfortable with spotting. PK turns are something else that we really want to make sure that you work on. Again, comes up a lot in across the floor technique and also even in some routines. And then your pirouettes. We recommend single and double pirouettes. More and more NFL teams are looking for people to be able to do the double pirouettes now, not just the singles. Also, chassé, step jeté, and grand battement, okay? Both the front and the side. So and this is the thing. Some people just focus on side and you have to be able to do front. So front and side, right? So all of these are super, super important because all of these will show up during your actual auditions and prep classes, okay? Either in across the floor or they're going to show up obviously in a routine. Okay, so if you're wondering where to start, this is where to start. Okay, and it's super, super important for you to remember this as you are going through the preparation process. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind because, again, We want to make sure that you come in super prepared and that you are really leveling yourself up in the way that we know it's going to be for you to spend your time on the things that are most important. And so here's where we want you to pretty much focus. Okay, so I want to show you all something really quick. Hopefully there aren't any questions. Oh, and just as a reminder, you'll see at the bottom of this page as well that a reminder to go and complete your total technique score sheet. Okay, so as a reminder, that is at the toward the end of the workbook. So go all the way to the end and you're going to have some information there on how to actually fill that out. I believe it's page 28 of your workbook. Okay. Yep. Actually 27 and 28. Okay. So basically what you're going to do, and you'll find the post in the Facebook group as well, you're going to look at those 5 must-haves and you're going to basically say, okay, how many of these basic techniques have you mastered? And for every technique that you have mastered, you're going to earn 2 points. So you have the possibility of getting up to 10 points for day 1. Okay. And that's not like you're going to get 10 points. This is your personal score sheet, okay? But we do want you to make sure that you put your score in our Facebook group so that you get credit and your name will be put into our drawing for the scholarship, okay? So make sure that you do that, and those are the must-haves that you're going to look at in order to give yourself those points. Okay, so really quick, let me see. Oh, wait, let me go to, sorry. I wanted to show this really quick, if I can get it to play. Let me put my face down. Here we go. Let me see if I can get this to play. Okay, so this is one of our lovelies, and she was pretty solid, as you can see. These were her pirouettes, and this was when she first started working with us. Doing really well on the right, struggling just a little bit on the left, but not too bad, like really trying to, kind of focus on the left side. But where she was basically pirouettes, right? So kind of having just, okay, like I can do pirouettes, a single on my left, and I can do a double pirouette on the right. So let me see if I can pause it because it needs to kind of catch up. And so I just want to show you the progress that people are able to make when you stay focused and when you practice your craft and when you are working on, improvement. Okay, so you can see there she fell out of her double on the left, didn't fully spot. And this is the type of feedback that we will give her. The other thing, you can't see her feet, but she wasn't all the way up in releve, which also, caused a little bit of problem in the rotation and being able to get all the way around. Okay, now this is after February the 22nd, so less than like a couple of months, guys. Let me see if I can. So I'm just going to hit pause, and I'm sorry that this, for whatever reason, you got to love technology, how it is. But this is going to show you her progression of technique by putting feedback in the Pro Dance Academy, putting feedback in the Pro Cheer Playbook Facebook group to get that one-on-one feedback. All right, so this is definitely a more like intermediate advanced pirouette. You can see here that she's all the way, look how high she is in releve. It's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that spot. Absolutely amazing. And look, she comes down right in the front and brings that leg down right as she's coming to the front. So such a huge improvement here, just in like this advanced drill that we had for her to do as part of the Pro Cheer Playbook program. And this is the type of stuff that excites me, because it really is to show you that if you put forth some work, right, and if you put in the time, then you can and you will improve, okay? And so for those of y'all, I don't know, you all likely may not know Sierra, but definitely a powerhouse. And she's doing extremely well right now in the audition process, and she hasn't even graduated from the Pro Cheer Playbook program. So let me see if I can get a little bit further. So there she is again with that double. Great spot, nicely lifted leg there. So exciting. Okay, and then there is another drill here that hopefully will come up. I don't know why my little internet here at the station is like struggling, but it totally is. Don't know why. Okay. All right, let's see. Yes, thank you, Sadie, for mentioning that. She's in the finals for the Ravens right now. Okay, and this is her. Look at this, guys. And you may not be able to see it, but she basically got her way all the way up to advanced fouette turns. Okay, so like this is what is possible for you guys. And this was in less than like 4 months, less than 4 months. She was, had solid, I feel like doubles on her right. But then look, she has fouette turns now. And I know it might be spotty on your end because it's spotty on mine, but just the fact that in that short period of time, with that focused effort and really following our dance philosophy, like what you're able to accomplish is absolutely amazing. So let me show this really quick just to make sure that y'all understand your score sheet. This is, again, an opportunity for you to put your name in our bucket to win a $1,000 scholarship for Sideline Prep. And what you're going to do for day one for that total technique score sheet is basically, do it side by side here, fill out your 5 must-haves. Okay. And so you'll see a post like this in the Facebook group, and all you have to do is put your score below. It's that simple, guys. Literally 3 times 2. Oh, that's 6. Let me just throw that in the Facebook group. It's super, super simple. Homework, like, it's super, super simple with our total technique challenge. Okay. So hopefully, if you have any questions, let me know. That would be awesome. And yes, so Sadie saying Sierra went from not being able to spot it all to being very consistent with her turn. So proud of her. Awesome. And Sadie's one of the ones that's always giving feedback to people as well. So again, guys, anything is possible. You can go from beginner to pro in a short period of time if you have very, very focused attention. Okay, so now what I would love to do, Sadie did put the link for the homework. And if I were you, make sure as soon as we drop off of here to go over there and fill in your score so that you get credit not only for being live, but for doing your work. So now what I would love to do is bring on our special guest. I am so excited about this. She's absolutely gorgeous, as you can see. You know what? She like literally needs no introduction because I feel like, like she's my bestie because I always see her like all the time. But Laura joined us with our Pro Cheer Playbook program, and I'm going to let her go through her journey. But as you can see, like sometimes you might be going in one direction and life happens and it takes you in another direction. And as you can see, she veered off a little bit as she was preparing for pros, and she is a beauty queen, right? And so this is what happens when you are living in your purpose and you're doing the things that you know you need to do to accomplish the goals that you know you want to accomplish. More opportunities, more possibilities, and more amazingness will start to fall in your lap, like literally fall in your lap. So without further delay, I am going to bring Laura on now with us. Laura, hello, how are you?
Hello. You can hear me?
Yes, yes.
Great. Hi, everyone.
So excited to have you on. It's just been such a delight seeing your transformation, and just seeing like this woman that you have blossomed into, like right before my eyes over the past couple of years. And like I mentioned, you being a beauty queen, and just you putting on your own makeup, like that in and of itself is like a huge transformation.
It's been a journey, that is for sure. And like Janine said, I started this all with her in the summer PCP for 2020. And I have completely changed. I'm like a totally new woman.
Yes, complete and total transformation. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop my face off of the screen. And I would love it if you could just share your story, like how you decided to even go on the journey of becoming a professional cheerleader, how you found Sideline Prep, you joining the program. And then for those of you all that don't know, so once you graduate from our level 1 program, our Pro Cheer Playbook program, we have the option for then you to go into our level 2 or our EILITE program. And so Laura is actually in year number 2 of our EILITE program as well. So if you could just share your story and your journey, because it really has been an amazing one.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on. It really has been a journey, and I'm so happy to be here on day one with all of you and just encourage you to keep pursuing your dreams. So, just to start out for my story, I have zero background in dance. So, I'm one of those people. And when Janine says that you don't have to have a background in dance to do this, she's right. And I want you all to trust and believe and see that it's totally possible for you. So when I decided that it was time to start pursuing my pro cheer dreams, it was almost like one of those strange, I don't know if the universe was talking to me sort of thing, but Janine appeared on one of my searches for pro cheer. And I just started watching some of her videos and I thought, this is something I'd be really interested in. And I actually did the Pro Cheer Challenge and I did it my birthday week. And I remember it was my birthday and like right before my birthday dinner, because I'm on the West Coast, so the timing's a little bit different over here. I was tuning in to see what was going on that Wednesday because I didn't want to miss it. And I just fell in love with the whole process. And then I signed up for the PCP, and that's really where everything changed. And I would say that number one, once the first step is to show up and to sign up. And when Janine talks about a total transformation process, I have never put on fake eyelashes before. So that's like, just to put it very plainly, I didn't know how to do my own makeup. And her program taught me everything. So I would say once you sign up, then you just got to commit and you just got to be a part of it. Yeah, I mean, look at the difference, you guys. It's crazy. So I was half blonde. We don't know what was going on with my hair. I did the makeover and I absolutely loved it. And I went redhead and I haven't gone back since. And I've been redhead for like 2 years now and I love it. But just these little things, these little tweaks that help you build your confidence as well. And it was just life changing. So stick with it, show up. Even if you're like, oh, there's no way I can do this. There's no way I can get my eyelashes on. I can get them on in like a split second now. And so if there's anybody out there who's like, I'm just not like this isn't me, you can totally do it. And definitely part of my whole journey was flexibility. I didn't have any flexibility. I didn't know how to do a pirouette. I didn't know how to do any of that. My videos of the before and after are just, it's incredible to see. And so you just have to stick with it. You just have to keep showing up. And like Janine mentioned, just keep asking for that feedback and keep applying it. And within the short months that you're a part of the program, your whole life can change. And then like Janine said, there's the EILITE program afterwards. And that's where I really feel like everything even changed even more for me. And that's when I had the opportunity to pursue pageantry, and I ended up entering a pageant and winning state pageant. And I will tell you that what I learned in the PCP and how it changed me and molded me into a completely different person is 100% part of the reasons why I showed up as my best self at that competition in something I had never done before. And then on top of that, you just have to keep showing up for yourself and never give up. So you learn all the techniques and you just try your best, but also just keep showing up to auditions, because no does not mean never. And no does not mean it's not going to happen for you. So I am happy to say that I'm now an AHL cheerleader, and I'm really happy to be, yes. And I'm so happy to be a part of the Henderson Silver Knights. And I did this, starting this journey in the summer of 2020. So, almost 2 years ago, and had no dance experience whatsoever. So I just definitely want you all to believe that your dreams are totally possible, and anything's possible for you, because I hope that you can see this as an example.
Yeah, I mean, and even just listening to you, because I mean, obviously I've been there every single step of the journey, but even just listening to you and remembering like back in the day, like when we first started working together, you were a completely different person.
Yeah.
Not just with, your appearance. I remember when you got your hair done and you changed the color and you had gotten your makeup done, and we were on our Monday mindset, group session, just how you showed up, your personality, your demeanor, your presence, everything had shifted. everything had shifted. So
Yeah.
kind of talk about like who you felt like you were before the program and who you transformed into.
Absolutely. So before coming into the program, I would say the number one thing is just that confidence. And so I felt like it was something, I felt like pro dance and all these major accomplishments. I mean, like being a state queen title holder, all these things are things that I didn't think was possible for me. Like, I was like, oh, I don't even know. I don't know how to do my makeup. I don't know how to do my hair. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I had gained a lot of weight during COVID because, we were sedentary and we were just kind of, vegging out. And I just realized that I didn't like who I was at that time and who I was thinking, the story that I was telling myself that I was becoming. And so I enrolled in this program, and every step along the way just broke all those stories and made me look at myself differently. And I realized that I am literally capable of anything that I set my mind to. And Janine always has this saying about just being completely relentless in your faith, like unwavering faith in yourself. You used to say that all the time, that you can do anything. And that is what completely changed it for me. And that's what you need. So once you do this program, you get what you put into it. And that is why I'm saying give it your all and just really take it all in. Even if you're like, this is crazy, I look silly, I can't believe this, just do it and get uncomfortable, because when you're uncomfortable, that's where the growth really happens. And that's why I call them growing pains, because growing pains hurt, but that is how you get taller. That is how you get prouder. That is how you get just more and more of who you're supposed to be.
Yeah, and like literally step into who you're supposed to be. And that's what you've done. I mean, and that's one thing, in EILITE. So y'all, when we do our EILITE sessions and even all of our live sessions that we do through the Pro Cheer Playbook program, we always start with successes, because I always want to know what's going on with each person. Every single win is important and big, even if you feel like it's small. So patting yourself on the back every single day for those wins is super, super important. And Laura was the type of person that would always have a win, like always have a win. And so y'all have to kind of remember, like, as you step into becoming the person that you're destined to become, you're going to have wins. And what happens when you have a win? You attract more wins. And then the more you attract wins, more wins come, right? And so that was kind of just like what ended up happening with you, snowballing, but not just with pro cheer and pageantry, but also your profession and your work life. So talk a little bit about just like you stepping into being a stronger, more empowered professional as well.
Absolutely. So the PCP is amazing, and it gives you a great foundation to keep stretching yourself. And then when EILITE was offered, there was an opportunity to go even beyond that. And so you start setting goals for yourself that are beyond, even bigger than what your pro cheer goals are. So for me, my career was always very important to me. And I decided that, and one of the focuses is like your professional career goals. And so once I started to level up, you kind of just realize what you need to do to get where you want to get. And Janine was helping us map that out and create a plan. And I knew what I needed to do to get to the next level. And I started mapping that out and doing it in my professional career as well. And then, like Janine said, when you start winning, so I would have these wins for myself. So I accomplished this, and that task I needed to get done for my work. But then other people start noticing that too. And it's just started snowballing. And I got 2 promotions in 1 year. I received a leadership award from my company for being a leader and a mentor, and all these things that just started happening naturally because I was just doing the things that I know I needed to do in order to get where I wanted to go. And I think that's super important to know with a program like EILITE, is that once you kind of have clarity around what your desires and your goals are, because we all have them. There's so many things that we all want to do. you can really hone in on each one individually and just drive that. So it's really like a total package transformation, and you see it everywhere. And I feel it everywhere, even in my professional life.
Yes, and you're like the walking poster board child of doing what you need to do to get to the next level, and then other opportunities opening up and falling in your lap, right? But the thing about you is that happened because you were open to the feedback. You were open to a new methodology. You were open to a new way of doing things, right? And that's what we all have to be, right? We have to be open to doing something different to get somewhere that we've never been. Because if you continue to do what you've always done, you'll continue to get what you've always gotten, right? And so let's
Absolutely.
kind of, you had mentioned this earlier, and I know like this day one is about dance and basically going from beginner to pro, which you have basically done, right? You've done that. And I know that there's other levels that you still want to accomplish, but you've pretty much done that. But there's this misconception out there that you have to have been dancing since you were 4 or 5 years old. You have to have a technical dance background, or you have to be, an all-star cheerleader and be able to tumble and do all of these things. What would you say to people that think that?
That is a great question, because I was that person. Like, I remember my first phone call with Janine. That was my question. I don't know how to dance. Like, can I really do this? And it's so funny now looking back at it, because Janine told me, yes, you can. No, you don't need to have a professional dance background. And she's right. And I would say to anyone who says that, the only person who is telling you that you can't is going to be yourself. Because at the end of the day, they're not always, like Janine's already said it in this session, they're not always looking for the person with the best technique. So really, it's about who you are and what you're bringing to the table. And you just have to keep putting in the work, and you just have to keep trying. And as long as you're you and you're completely yourself, that's what they want. They want whoever you are, and you're going to shine when you are.
Yes, love that. So, I mean, I feel like, with you transformed in so many different aspects of your life, right? And I kind of want to touch on all of them as it relates to pro cheer, and like maybe some tips that you can give to people. Like, obviously this is dance. So let me start there. So I know flexibility, technique were some areas that you needed to work on the most, even just picking up choreography and feeling comfortable with the dancing. So talk a little bit about, or maybe provide a couple of tips on things that you did or things that people could possibly do if they also struggle in those areas.
Absolutely. So definitely your flexibility is key, because it's going to help you with your kick lines. It's going to help you with your batmas. It's going to help you with your splits, because let me tell you, you will do splits in your warm-ups for prep classes, because they want to see who's in their splits. So definitely do all of that. For me, what really helped was doing the flexibility programs with PCP and just pushing yourself. And I would just say to do them consistently. So they're giving you everything that you need to know, and you just have to be consistent on it. That's my I am statement. And that's my word, is I am consistent, because that is going to be key when you're trying to figure out how you're going to show up as a dancer. So for flexibility, I would definitely say do those programs. And then as far as choreo recall, that's where I struggle. I am not one of those dancers who shows up and gets it on the first try and is just fire on it. I definitely need time. I need to sit in my body, and I need to work through it. So I would say just keep showing up. And that's why I also agree that recording is really great. Take it home, work on the dance at home, keep practicing, but just keep showing up to classes, keep showing up to there's so many amazing free dance sessions through Sideline Prep. Attend those, just practice the pro cheer style, and then it will help you with your choreo recall, but not only your recall, but also your execution, because there's so many little things that were mentioned here too, like your hair flips. You want to be able to do your hair flips, and you want to be able to do them where you're not hurting yourself, where you don't feel like you have to ice your neck and all that stuff. So just work on techniques like that and master how you're going to perform and how you're going to, and make sure you video it, like they said, so you can see how you look when you're doing these moves. And that's what I would recommend for sure, how to kind of work on your dance. It's just something where it's like, you're always constantly wanting to improve. And the way to do that is to just show up and definitely like watch video recordings and ask for feedback and be consistent and just keep stretching, always stretch, and just keep working at it.
Yeah, perfect. And one thing that I feel like people do in general, not just for pro cheer, but you tend to put off the thing that you know is the most important thing to get you to the next level, because you've made this thing bigger in your head than it really needs to be. And that holds true, I feel like, the most out of everything with technique. Like, I feel like just in general, people that want to go pro, they know that they don't have their double pirouette. They know that they don't have the flexibility or the kicks or whatever, but they also know that that's the one thing that they need to be working on the most in order to really level up at their next audition, but they don't. So what advice would you give to someone where you're like, oh my God, I know I need to do this, but you've made it be a bigger task in your head than what it really is? Like, how do you push through that?
I am the queen of that when it comes to dance. So I'm so happy to
I
be
didn't want
here
to
with
say
you
that,
all.
but yes, that's why I asked you that question.
I'm so happy to be here with you all to talk about that, because my best advice for you. So I love, Janine said this to me before, it's be, do, have. And it's really about your habits. And that's something that she really dives in super deep in EILITE. But you get a taste of it for sure in the PCP, because you're building all these core habits that are making you become a better person just in general. But what I would say is break it down to small bites and definitely take advantage of your morning routine. So for me, technique is like, make it something manageable for you to do. If it's in the morning and you need to work on your drills, on your turn drills, or you need to work on strengthening your feet and all of that, set aside. You can even do it for 15 minutes or 30 minutes or whatever is doable for you with your schedule, depending on where you're at and what's going on in your life. But that would be my best advice, is to like really figure out what is it that you need to work on. If it's your pirouettes, like you probably want to work on your turn drills. Now, how are you going to do that? Maybe you need to take 10, 15 minutes in the morning first thing, because it's the thing that you don't want to do the most, that you know you need to do. And then after that 15 minutes, you have your whole day ahead of you to just go ahead and like be amazing and go just take on that day, knowing that you did the thing that you didn't want to do, but was the most important thing to get where you want to go. That's my best advice.
Yep, that's golden, guys. I mean, that's one thing, I always say is whatever it is that you need to do the most, like the most important thing, do it first thing in the morning. You're going to have a sense of accomplishment. You're going to feel good about yourself. And then you're not going to allow life to get in the way of you actually doing it. And so one thing that I've always said to, our PCP lovelies and gents is the most important thing is to keep the most important thing the most important thing. And the way that you do that is by what Laura just said. You do it first thing in the morning so you don't allow it to fall by the wayside. And then also, she spoke on habits, and she also spoke on be, do, have. And I'm going to go over that in detail on our bonus day for mindset. But what she's basically talking about is you have to be the type of person that you want to be now, in order to do the things that you want to do to have what it is that you want to have, instead of the other way around. And I'm going to go over all of that during the mindset day. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you, first of all, I just love listening to you talk, because like you're like dropping all of this knowledge, right? Like, guys, are y'all picking up what she's dropping? Yeah. Are you picking it up? Are you picking up what she's dropping? But it's also like I hear myself through you, and that just, it warms my heart.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I'm like, because it is you, Janine.
I love it. It just makes me feel so good, because you like, and that's how people become who they want to be, is they absorb and they listen and they trust their mentors and their coaches, and they go sometimes into it blindly, and then it starts to work and you're like, oh my gosh, this stuff really does work. And so it's just so nice to hear you talking and sharing your experience with everyone. I absolutely love it. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, because I do feel like this was a huge transformation for you as well, your habits around nutrition and eating. And I know that that's going to be our day 3, and we're going to focus really on a lot on that. But you have literally, and what we always preach is making healthy eating and treating your body like the temple that it is, making it a part of your lifestyle. And you have really done that. So can you talk a little bit about how you were able to do that?
Absolutely. This is a huge part of everything, especially even just in your even for dance. Yeah, I mean, I lost 17 pounds, y'all, which is crazy because I didn't even realize I had 17 pounds to lose. But like looking at these photos, I sure did, you know? And it just was a complete game changer. And I think setting good habits for what you're doing with your nutrition and how you're eating is going to be key for you for Pro Cheer and for everything. I mean, even for example, just how I was going into becoming a state queen, I felt so confident going into it because I had already done all of the work for Pro Cheer and it was already a part of my lifestyle. And so that's why I definitely encourage you to take everything that Janine is saying to heart and really apply it to your life. So for me, the habits for nutrition, it's not easy. I'm Italian. I get it. Like I love to eat, but you just have to learn how to eat that's right for you and make sure that you have grace, but definitely do what's right and make these habits manageable. So for me, it was portion size and making sure I got my portion sizes correct. And it was also just really learning how to cook for what's right for me that I like to eat. And so I worked with Jeanette really closely to get like a great nutrition kind of menu that made sense for me. And I'm not kidding, I still eat like that to this day. So it's so crazy. I need to text Jeanette and tell her, but I eat like that still to this day because once you just pick up these good habits, I'll also let you know that you're not going to want to eat the way you used to. Like you might like go and have this fast food or whatever. And I guarantee you it won't taste as good as you thought it was going to taste. And that's when you know you've gotten over that like hump and it's hard, but you just have to keep doing the habits. And I would say that in order to have success, and that's how I had success, is I had everything ready to go. Like my number one thing is to make sure you had it in your house and make sure it was in the fridge so that you could prepare it. And if you needed to meal prep it and just keep going and keep trying because these are things that take a little time. So it's not going to be instant gratification. You're not going to have a protein shake and the next day see a complete difference. But over time and with all of the other things that you're adding while you're dancing daily and working on all of your technique, and you're going to feel stronger because your body is fueled with the right foods. And that's key when you're doing pro dance because it is cardio heavy because they will have you run over and over and over and over again the routine, and you're going to need to build up your cardio strength, and you need to make sure that you're fueling yourself as a dancer appropriately to have the stamina for something like that.
Perfect.
I just like can't get over these photos.
I know. Well, and looking
well,
back,
this is me. So
yeah,
crazy.
I know. Well, and that's the thing too. Like it's, kind of looking back at it, it's kind of reminds me obviously of how far you've come. But I think for me personally, like the biggest transformation, yes, the physical aspect of it for sure, is just how you show up, your personality, your confidence, like all of that is just huge. And so why do you think that is? I'm kind of just curious if you were to kind of like sum it up, why do you think it is that you're showing up as just a very different person from the inside out?
Well, I have to say, it's just, I feel like I'm showing up as a different person because at this point, I am a different person. And I think for me, the PCP and EILITE and everything that you've taught me has really showed me how to, I would like practice gratitude, for what you've done and what you've accomplished. I think sharing our wins every week is huge because like Janine said, I always share a win, and whether it's like big or small. And when you start doing that, I would actually recommend that you all do that for yourself. Like wake up in the morning and share a win or before you go to bed, share about a win with yourself about what you did that day. Because when you start being grateful and recognizing like big or small the things that you're doing, you're gonna feel better. You're going to show up as a different person, and you're actually going to start seeing yourself as a different person. So like, even for me, like sticking on my diet, sometimes I'm like, you know what? I ate clean all week. Like that's a win. And you become that person, and you're just this person who's like, this is my lifestyle now. So that's how I think I did it. Is just you've empowered me to kind of recognize and show gratitude for what was already in me that I was creating and working on and building and just making the best part of me shine, really.
Love, love, love that. Love that. And that's one thing I know that you do religiously. I do is journaling, guys. So, she mentioned it. And so something to really, really think about is, if you start journaling every day, yeah, write down your successes, write down, 3 things that you rocked out the day prior. And it could literally be that you didn't snooze, or you called your mom because you've been wanting to, be more consistent with that. Like every single win is a win. It doesn't matter how big or how small. And the more that you start to focus on your wins and you're grateful for the small things, the more you're going to start to receive the wonderfulness in your life. And so Laura, again, is just a huge example of that, like stepping into her next level and then everything just starting to like fall in her lap and doors opening up and accomplishments after this and you raise after that and everything else. So I just kind of want to throw up some of these comments that are in our chat. And I want to open it up to you all to ask questions. I know we're a little bit over, but we'll spend about 5 minutes if you all have any questions for Laura. But yes, Queen, most definitely. Jocelyn says, wow, you are an inspiration to
Thank
all of
you.
us.
Thank you.
Most definitely, I agree. Here's another one. I love your story. Thank you. Such valuable advice. And guys, like we really wanted to make sure, that we highlight everybody at every level and everybody with different strengths, different OFIs, like, because you all need to be able to see yourself in other people. And I am proof, and Laura is proof that you don't have to be a pro dancer to become a pro dancer. If you believe it on the inside and you know that you can do it and you have unwavering faith in yourself that it can happen, then it will. And so I just want to show you guys that it is possible for you if you aren't a pro dancer now, because you can become that. So kind of as we allow people to kind of ask questions and get those questions in, what's some advice, like if you were to say, like someone isn't sure if they want to pursue pro cheer, or maybe they know that they want to, but they're starting to get discouraged with the entire process. What advice would you give them?
So my advice for if you're not sure if you want to, but you're thinking about it, my advice for you is to just go for it and just try it. Because what I have learned through life in general is that you are going, as they say, you're going to miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. And if you're thinking about it and it's on your heart, it's there for a reason. And definitely try it and pursue it. And if you try it and you're like, oh no, this isn't for me, then and you've decided this is not something that you're truly passionate about, okay. But if it's on your heart and you're like, oh, I love this. This is something I want to do. This is fun. Then you got to learn to just be uncomfortable. You have to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's where you're going to find that you have the growth. And then my advice for someone who would feel discouraged, I totally understand that. Before I made the Henderson Silver Knights for the AHL team, I had 6 no's. I had 6 no's. But that doesn't mean never. And I cannot stress that enough, because every part of your journey, every no, and Janine has said this, and this is why everything Janine says is the gold nuggets, like Sadie's saying in the chat. So really like listen to her and listen to what she's saying, because every no is going to get you to your yes. And I would encourage you that if you get a no, even though you're like, oh, that hurts, take that. And it's about, so in pageantry, it's like, if you fall on the stage, it's not about the fall, it's about the recovery. And so to translate that into and that's something I learned while I've been pursuing pro cheer. And I think having that grace that I've learned from pro cheer, when you get a no, to not let that knock you down and to not let that stop you from keeping going is key. So it's not about getting the no, it's about what you do when you get the no. and take it with grace and use it as fuel to keep finding what team's right for you and what part of your journey. Everything's happening for a reason. So just keep going because it's all part of your journey. And eventually you're going to get to your yes. And that yes is going to be perfect for you. And it's going to be where you're meant to be.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, because that, I mean, it's so nice hearing you. Like, I don't even have to say this stuff because you're saying it for me, right? Guys, just think about it. Like one of our lovelies auditioned 9 times for her number 1 team, and she made semi-pro teams along the way, but there was just this one team that she wanted to make. On her 10th try, she finally made it. Okay. Had she stopped at no number 9, she would have never experienced it. And so it's so important to continue to push through because eventually you will get to your yes. So, you know, just again, golden information and advice. And so what I would like to do is like spend a couple of minutes. I'm going to try to put up some of these questions for you, y'all. I'm not going to be able to probably get to all of them, but we will try to get to as many of them as we can. Okay, so this question here, just some tips to stay on top of eating regularly for physique and energy, and would love to hear your tips if you hadn't shared any yet. So perfect, like just tips on how to stick with it, because that's hard, right? The stick with itness can be the difficult part.
It's hard and it depends on where you're at in your life. Like I know some lovelies that are in school and, you know, they might have early classes and it kind of throws off their schedule. And you just have to really come up with a plan every time things change. So that's the thing where with dance, you have to be prepared, but it's also as far as your fitness and nutrition as well. So always have a plan. I take to heart everything about owning your mornings, which Janine, I'm sure we'll talk even more about. But my tips for you is to just make sure that you do it in the morning, or if you don't have time in the morning, you can do it in the evening, but you just want to make sure that you get it done. And then as far as like eating and being regular, I would probably just plan on meal prepping because we are busy women and life happens and it's a lot easier to grab and go than it is to have to prepare. So if you're stuck having to prepare, that's probably when you'll start missing things. And just make sure that you have the right snacks to fuel you. So the right protein drinks, the right protein bar. If all you can eat is a bar on the run, make sure you get the right one. Work with your nutritionist to make sure that you get the right one for you. And that would be my tip. And honestly, don't miss your meals. That's number 1, because you need to have the energy to keep your stamina going because practices are long. Pro practices are 3 hours and you're going constantly the whole time. So you just want to make sure you're definitely fueled for it.
Yeah, perfect advice, guys. I mean, and make sure you join on Wednesday because we're going to have even more tips than that. And she literally said she's still doing exactly what Jeanette told her to do when she first joined the Pro Cheer Playbook program. And Jeanette is going to be joining us on Wednesday. And there's just so much to share. I know that like it's hard for you to kind of like boil it down into like a minute sound bite with everything. But join us on Wednesday and we'll definitely go into more details. So great question there. So just wanted to show this comment really quick. Miss Laura, you literally touched my heart. I believe in myself. I can do this. I'm very passionate about this. You're such a beautiful woman.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you.
All right. So let's go ahead and try to get in at least one more question. So Queen Jade says, how do you deal with feeling overwhelmed or like you don't have enough time to prepare? Great question.
That is a great question. So you might always feel like when it comes to game time and you're there for the audition, you're going to get nervous and you might be overwhelmed, but you just have to realize that you did the work. So if you feel like you don't have enough time to prepare, definitely take a look at your schedule and how you're scheduling your day. And just make sure that you're prioritizing, like Janine said, the most important things. So make sure that you do that. And then also make sure that your mindset's right. Like there's a lot of meditation work that we talk about in EILITE. And it's something that I think is really important is just kind of making sure that you figure out what you can do for you to keep you really calm and in a good space. So for me, it's meditating. But for others, it may be listening to music. It may be listening to a certain type of music, or it may be journaling, or however it may be in order to get your head in the game. But just know that you might not always feel like you're ready, but just because you might not feel like you're ready doesn't mean that you still shouldn't try, because you've been doing the work. Like if you're part of the PCP, you've been working so hard for 4 months, you've developed your habits, you've developed some new skills, and just trust yourself. So that's what I think is just trust yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't try not to acknowledge that. Try not to truly believe that you're overwhelmed, because you can tell yourself exactly what you need to believe. You have to be that. And if you're like, I'm here and I'm ready for my spot on the team, just do that.
Yeah, most definitely. And guys, I mean, she hit it on the nail on the head, the head on the nail. Yeah. Whatever that's saying is, that was perfect, because a lot of times, guys, what happens is fear, doubt, overwhelm creeps in. And so you use this excuse as, oh, I'm not ready. I don't have enough time to prepare. And so you literally just have to, where you are right now is exactly where you're supposed to be, with the skills, with the knowledge, with the dance ability. It's exactly where you need to be right now. And so you push through, you go to that audition and you learn from it. If you don't make the team, that's okay. It's a learning experience. And then now you know even more how to prepare for the next one. And then you're going to be that much more ahead, because you're not going to let that whole year go by without preparing. You're going to be on top of it and you're going to do the thing, right? So I definitely understand that whole idea of feeling overwhelmed, but that gives you even more reason to get started and to really put in 110% right now and start right now. Like, even if your audition is next month, start right now, right? Even if your audition is a year from now, start right now, because you can never be too prepared. That's one of our items in the dance philosophy, right? Always make sure that you are over prepared. So really quick, last one here, guys. Sorry, we'll throw this one in because I think this will be a quick one. You had mentioned your flexibility. So how did you work on your flexibility?
So there's videos for flexibility that Janine has with the PCP, and I just made it part of my morning routine to watch those videos and follow along and do the flexibility trainings. And then in the Pro Dance Academy, there's also a flexibility section, and I would do that and I would just repeat it and I'd make the time and I'd just keep pushing myself. And that's what you have to do. So they have the videos for everything. They have all the work, and it's a one-stop shop in order for you to get everything. And it's like crazy. I got my splits in a month, and I didn't have, like, if you guys saw the before and after my splits, you guys would think it was wild. Like, I was like a triangle standing up. And in a month, I was down onto the ground with my right and my left. So it's crazy. And it's definitely, it works. And I just can't elaborate enough. Like, you just need to be consistent. You just need to make time, and you just need to do it.
Yeah, love that. And we'll try to make sure that we have the before and after. We'll share that with you guys on Thursday, maybe. We should have done that for today.
I know, it's crazy.
Can't think of all the things. All right, awesome. And then Sadie also put the free one that we have available on YouTube. She put a link for that as well. So if people want to follow you and get in touch with you and just learn more about you, what's your IG? How should people reach out?
Absolutely. You can totally reach out to me on my Queen IG, which is at USOA Ms. Nevada. Yep, absolutely. And then if you want to talk with me on there or on my personal IG, it's at _Deeksy_. And we can just yep, there it is. Yep. So either one of those, and you can all ask me any questions, reach out to me. I am so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me, Janine. And y'all, like she says, I spend a lot of time with Janine because I'm a better person for it. So when I work with Janine, I just see such huge changes in myself. So her and her whole staff and her whole team has been amazing. And once you start believing in yourself, that's when everything changes. So that's what I just encourage you all to do, is just never lose the faith in yourself. Keep believing in yourself and keep chasing your dreams, and don't give up no matter what, because anything's going to be possible for you.
Oh, that was awesome. Because I was getting ready to ask you any parting words, and that was perfect.
Those are my words. I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. And y'all have said so many nice things, and thank you so much. And it's just been so fun talking with y'all. I really appreciate it.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for being here. Such an honor to talk to you and to, have a platform for you to share your story with everybody. Really appreciate you taking out your schedule's busy now, and I recognize that and know that. So I do appreciate you hanging out with us. If you all can give her some love in the chat. I know y'all have already been doing that pretty much all night since she hopped on. Erin says here she's ahead of me. Thank you for your time, Laura. Yes, most definitely. And yeah, just thank you, Laura. I really appreciate it. You taking the time out to just share. And I will see you, obviously not this Wednesday because we have the challenge, but also next Wednesday on EILITE.
Absolutely. I'll be there. Thank you so much, everyone. Good luck, everyone. Bye.
Yay. Bye, Laura. Thank you. Okay, such an amazing, amazing success story right there, right? And so I really hope that her story motivates you to understand and know that you don't have to be at a perfect 10 in all of the areas to go into auditions. You're not expected to be a perfect 10 in all of the areas, right? So with Sideline Prep, that's what we help you do, right? We really help you to become the person that you want to become. But Laura said it best. It's consistency. It's about having unwavering faith in yourself and realizing and knowing that you can do it and showing up as that type of person right now, today, and then putting in the work to make it happen. Okay, so don't forget just a couple of little housekeeping items before we hop off. If you want to join our text message family, I'm going to put this up on the screen so that you can see it. All you have to do is text Pro Challenge to 804-49-GO-PRO. So 804-49-GO-PRO. We send out motivational quotes and just different information about different events, virtual opportunities, free opportunities that we have. We have so much going on, guys, in our Prep to Pro Facebook group for free, right? Obviously, we would love to work with you in a more intimate one-on-one way through our Pro Cheer Playbook program. And I promise we will get to that. But later in the week, we really just want to right now focus on making sure that you have something that you can start working on immediately. So with that being said, put in the chat right now something like just based on Laura's the conversation we had with Laura, based on us going over the dance beginner to pro worksheet in the workbook. What's one thing, one action that you're going to take tomorrow? What's one thing that you're going to do tomorrow based off of what you learned tonight? Okay. And while you were putting those things in the chat, I do want to remind you all that if you want to get your name added in again for that scholarship, take a picture right now, screenshot this experience that you're having with us. Go back to YouTube and take a portion of something that Laura said or something that I said and create a quick little video and throw it on social media and just use the hashtag SP Pro Cheer Challenge and then tag us at Sideline Prep. We would love to highlight you on our social media. We will repost it on our social media. So if you tag us, anything like this entire week, you're going to get your name added in again for that $1,000 scholarship. So be sure to do that because again, we would love to highlight you and we would just love to be able to share, for you to share what you're learning through this experience with other people as well. Sharing is caring. I say that all the time. So sharing is caring. The other thing that I wanted to do really quick was just announce we are going to have prizes that we give out every single day of the challenge. So just so you know, these are the challenge prizes that we have coming up. On Monday, we've got 20% off Pro Cheer choreography. So if you did show up live tonight and you did you have to do your homework, I believe. Sadie, you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. You have to do your homework to qualify for these prizes. So going into the Facebook group and posting, we get 20% off of Pro Cheer choreography, which is huge. Like if you needed choreography for auditions, the Tuesday prize, if you do your homework Tuesday evening, is a free one-on-one session. And sorry, because my face is there. Wednesday, you get free Shakeology, which is valued at over $100. Thursday, you get is the announcement of our scholarship. And then Friday is an Amazon gift card. So just wanted to make sure that you all were aware of the prizes that we have. We want to reward you for taking action. We want to reward you for putting yourself first. So it's kind of like a bribe to go after your own goals and your own dreams. Now, we did post in our Facebook group about being able to win today. And there was some homework. All you had to do was post about our challenge, and we do have that winner as well. So let's see. It's CLEMSASOKK. You are our winner. So our day one winner. So not the day one challenge winner, but she basically is winning a prize. And it's so little, I can't see, y'all. Sadie does all this for me, so I'm like, eh. So you are the winner of, let me see. Oh, the giveaway for tagging us in IG. So in IG, she tagged friends and she shared. And so Sadie, what did she win? Is this? But you're the winner. We'll make sure that you get what it is that you won. It is in the Facebook group, I'm sure, with all of the instructions and everything coming up. So congratulations to you for sharing and being selected as our winner. Shoot us an email at info@sidelineprep.com to claim your prize. We're super excited about that. And I just want to read through some of these because I love the fact that y'all are going to start taking action immediately. Love, love, love. Okay, flexibility. Going to work on flexibility. Already had started adding daily stretches. Now we'll research videos, etc., and add more. Going to eat healthy and be consistent. Love that. Wake up early to accomplish all of my goals. Yes, and even if you can't accomplish all of them, Ashley, just do work on at least one thing toward one goal, like every single morning. And I'm telling you, you're going to have this sense of accomplishment. Brandy says she's going to start stretching more and practice the 5 must-haves. Yes, yes, yes. Erin says, I am going to learn a dance on YouTube geared towards a jazz style. I'm telling you guys, don't sleep on pre-recorded videos and learning from videos, because you will be amazed at how it's going to help you pick up choreography. So let's see. So sorry. So Sadie, if you could get in and I guess request some people. Sorry guys. We will make sure that everyone is added into the Facebook group. So we will make sure that we do that tonight and get everyone added in as well. And so Jocelyn said she's going to drink lots of water. Yes, remember guys, half of your body weight in ounces of water, if you can. Every single day. Okay, awesome. So the winner that I just announced gets 20% off of choreography. Awesome. Wonderful. Okay, well, I think that is about it. Let me just make sure I don't have anything else that I need to... Nope, I think I'm good. So just as a quick reminder, every single time you show up live, your name is going into the pot for the $1,000 scholarship. Every time you do your item for the score sheet to start calculating out your final score at the end of the challenge, your name is going into that scholarship. Every time you post on social media and share and tag us with this challenge, your name is going in for that $1,000 scholarship. So please remember that. On Thursday, we're going to give you all tons of information on how you can join our VIP bonus day. So really excited about that. And then we're also going to be announcing who's going to win that $1,000 scholarship. And yes, I have been seeing the comments. We are going to go over how you can work with us further and in a deeper way later on in the week, okay? But right now, we just want to focus on giving you all some things that you could start working on immediately so that you can level up your pro cheer preparation, okay? So remember, tomorrow night, same time, same place, bring your workbook. We're going to be going into day 2 of our Total Technique Challenge. But before I wrap up, I want to remind you all, because Laura said it, and I don't want you all to forget this, right? Every no is going to get you closer to your yes. And if you have, there's this book that I absolutely love. It's called The Miracle Equation. And it basically talks about that you just need 2 things to create a miracle in your life. Okay. And maybe that miracle is becoming a professional cheerleader. Okay. So let's say that that's what it is, because you're here and it likely means that that's what you want to do. That's likely a goal, that's likely a dream, that's likely something that you want to accomplish. If that's your miracle, you just need 2 things to accomplish that miracle. 1, you have to have unwavering faith in yourself and believe that you can do it. You just have to know that you can do it. And if you don't believe it, I am telling you that you can do it, because the universe, God, the higher being, whatever it is that you believe in, God would not have put this desire to become a professional cheerleader in your heart if he didn't think you were capable of doing it. It would not be a desire in your heart if you didn't have the skills, the knowledge, or could acquire the skills, the knowledge to be able to accomplish it. Okay. So if you don't believe it right now, I'm telling you that it is possible for you. So you have to have unwavering faith in yourself. And then the only other thing that you have to do, number two, is put forth extraordinary action to make it happen. Be consistent, commit to yourself, and do something every single day toward that goal of becoming a professional cheerleader. Be 1% better than you were yesterday. Okay. And if you just keep that in mind, that's all it takes, guys, to accomplish a goal, having unwavering faith in yourself and then putting forth extraordinary effort. Okay. So I want to thank you all for showing up for yourselves. I want to thank you all for joining us tonight. I hope to see you all every single day this week. We have an amazing lineup for you all week long. I apologize for keeping you all a little bit late, but thank you for putting yourself first. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being engaged. Thank you for being a part of our Sideline Prep community and our Sideline Prep family. Oh, Jocelyn, you are so welcome. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yes, God led me to you and you to me. Nothing happens by chance, guys. We are all here together for a reason, right? And I want you to remember that. All right, well, that is it. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Again, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to close out tonight by just saying, anything is possible for you. Absolutely anything is possible for you if you have unwavering faith in yourself and you put forth that effort. And if you have, a coaching staff and support along the way, and we can be your cheerleaders. That's what we want to be. We want to help you every single step of the way. All right. Well, I'm Janine Samuels signing off for Sideline Prep and all of our Sideline Prep coaches, wishing you success and blessings every single day. I will see you back here tomorrow night. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.